This video was inspired after my recent viewing of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but in particular from a recent Reddit thread created by McFearless0214 on the Jurassic World Evolution subreddit about the possibility of a future, hopefully free DLC Frontier could implement that would allow an envisioned return of the Site B mode while also being applicable to the film canon. Here I will try to refine his ideas and add a pinch of my own to see how a feature like this can be implemented into Jurassic World Evolution. Site B was an extremely popular secondary mode in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, allowing the player to create an island populated with dinosaurs that could roam free without any or little interference from humans. No fences, no buildings, no feeders, a biological preserve as Hammond put it, that would be self-sustaining and require no maintenance. Site B was also known as Isla Sorna, and in the film canon it was simply abandoned after Hurricane Clarissa struck the island, allowing the dinosaurs to roam free with still the degrading remnants of infrastructure left. In the film canon, the dinosaurs were able to breed since they had West African frog DNA, and could circumvent the lysine contingency by eating lysine-rich food sources such as soya beans and the escaped chicken populations. Larger carnivores would feed on the herbivores and thus acquire lysine in this way. However, in Operation Genesis, you would spawn an island of your choosing, and only by creating hatcheries incubate and release your dinosaurs, and that was simply it. The herbivores would graze among the plants and self-sustain themselves without a lysine mechanic, whilst the carnivores would hunt the herbivores and feed off them. The only disappointing part was that there was no breeding mechanic in that game, so eventually all the herbivores would either be hunted or die of old age, and there would be one final carnivore remaining, which would eventually die of old age or starvation. With Fallen Kingdom revealing Benjamin Lockwood's unnamed Safe Haven Island, many viewers speculated that it could be another island part of the existing Muertes archipelago that Lockwood simply purchased, such as Isla Tucano, Muerta, or Matanceros. This is unlikely as the entire island chain is believed to be volcanic, formed by hotspots, and if Mount Sibo was erupting on Nublar, then the close by Muertes Islands would very much be geologically active and unsafe for further dinosaur habitation. Check out Clayton Fioriti's video on this topic. It explains a lot more into how Isla Sorna's electrical grid was powered by geothermal activity, and thus unsuitable for relocation of the dinosaurs. Link is in the description. As a result, we can conclusively rule out that the new mystery Sanctuary Island is not of the Muertes archipelago, and it is probably another fantasized island created for the purpose of this movie's storyline. We probably won't know its official name or details behind the island until the next movie comes around, but we can at least deduce some aspects of it. From what was minimally revealed to us in Fallen Kingdom, the island appears to be ovoid crescent-shaped island resembling a shield volcano remnant. These islands are created by hotspot activity driving lava to the surface, and over millions of years creating a shield volcano in the middle of the ocean. As the plate on which the island is on moves away from the hotspot, the subsequent volcano mound becomes inactive, and over further millions of years, erosion takes place and usually forms these crescent-shaped islands. The best example of this is in my very own country, Lord Howe Island. It is also a remnant of a once active shield volcano, forming the outer ring, and features more shallow light blue waters inside the gulf featuring coral reefs, similar to how the island shown in the movie is portrayed. Judging by how much land is still present and the prominence of the outer mountainous rings, we can estimate this island is still geologically young, and thus has become volcanically inactive much more recently than say Lord Howe Island. Because of this, less erosion has occurred, which allows the high outer mountains to deflect wind, tides, and probably even entire storm systems away from the island, creating a stable inner environment to maintain its future inhabitants. The volcanic makeup of the rock would mean its ground is incredibly fertile, promoting rich plant growth that could sustain large herds of herbivores. Although it's difficult to deduce from these screenshots, the island itself is probably very large, since it has to be chosen to support an entire ecosystem of otherwise territorial dinosaurs. So how could this island be implemented in such a way that it would tie into Jurassic World Evolution? Well, it would probably have to be the final endgame, similar to how Operation Genesis rewards you with Site B after you have finished the entire campaign. So in Jurassic World Evolution, a good challenge would be to 5-star every island including Nublar, finish all 3 missions of every island and essentially complete the campaign before this island is unlocked. After it is unlocked, you are finally able to play the island. And then what? Well, like Operation Genesis, Frontier could implement a system in which you can place only Hammond creation labs without the need for power, but there is already a great solution that has been utilized by one of the missions in-game. If you guys have played Isla Muerta, recall to the science mission The Cure, in which airlifted dinosaurs come from off-map and you would have to accommodate them. Well, for this hypothetical Site B mode, you can have some sort of attainment system whereby you can select dinosaurs, maybe even from your current maps, and airlift them into this sanctuary island. Reddit user McPhillis suggests mechanics more in line with the current system of the game, whereby you can select dinosaurs from a certain pool at a time, giving you a choice. Do you want an extra carnivore and risk overhunting of your dinosaur population, or that extra herbivore to allow socialization? He has also suggested the induction of the divisions mechanic, where the certain characters can encourage you to bring certain species into the island. Honestly, a lot of his ideas are well thought out and you can check them out in more detail in his Reddit thread, link in the description. In terms of the island terrain, it was possible in Operation Genesis to terraform your island, even after randomly generating one, and I too would like the ability to tweak the island to my desire before delivering dinosaurs. However, it would also be nice if Frontier paid a lot of attention to the initial map design of this sanctuary island. Imagine a combination of biomes with mountainous, denser forests along the edges, making way to an open plains interior with a central river system showcasing marshlands and floodplains. Maybe lower shrubs and more arid terrain closer to the coast and onto the beaches, like on Isla Muerta. Having various different biomes will definitely make the game more immersive. Furthermore, it has to be said that the playing space must be super large, much larger than the building space we currently have, preferably giving us the entire island for the dinosaurs to roam in. It wouldn't be a biological preserve if it was strategically limited by arbitrary game boundaries. The dinosaurs should be able to roam towards the beaches and mountains if they so desire. We start to run into a few issues that would affect this mode however. Our first problem, ignoring the lysine contingency and whatnot, is that all the herbivore dinosaurs in this current game, unlike in Operation Genesis, have to be fed directly from feeders. Their grazing animations don't affect hunger at all, and this has to be rectified first if a sanctuary island mechanic is to succeed. Carnivores can already feed from fallen herbivore carcasses, so that's fine. But the second issue is getting rid of that ridiculous hyper-aggressive behavior which makes carnivores kill everything on sight. Otherwise, after several minutes, half the herbivore population would perish to rampaging carnivores hell-bent on endless killing. But if these issues are fixed, then that's it. Your dinosaurs can roam free and you can watch them grow old and die. And that's where we arrive at our final and probably most quintessential issue, a lack of breeding mechanics. First off, dinosaurs die way too quickly. Several in-game hours in this mode, even with lifespan boosting genomes, and all the dinosaurs will die from natural causes. It has to be increased to promote satisfactory gameplay, and tie in with the second point of breeding. Breeding is an incredibly complex mechanic that even Operation Genesis lacked, but the general view of all evolution gamers is that it would be a welcome feature. However, if dinosaurs were to theoretically endlessly thrive in this sanctuary island, then they would definitely need to breed and create offspring. This is an extremely difficult proposition, as it would require mating mechanics, sexual dimorphism mechanics to distinguish female and male dinosaurs, egg-laying mechanics, egg-carrying mechanics, hatching mechanics, baby dinosaur models and animations, baby dinosaur AI, parenting mechanics, growth mechanics, and well, this list gets exhaustive. Or they can take the Zoo Tycoon route, and after a while, if two happy male and female dinosaurs of the same species is content with max comfort levels, then a baby dinosaur will magically appear somewhere near them. For me, it is difficult to see how a breeding mechanic could be possibly implemented in this current state of the game if it wasn't from the start. Without breeding mechanics, as long as there is long lifespan, then the mode is still somewhat enjoyable, like in Operation Genesis. However, the fixes to the AI everyone keeps asking about has to happen if it was to be an immersive experience for the player. Herding mechanics, where individuals of the same species will flock together, will promote realism in this mode. In Operation Genesis, it was great to see, after a while, entire herds of herbivores such as Tyrannosaurus migrate around the island to find new trees to graze on. This is currently not possible in evolution, as dinosaurs generally just wander around the enclosure or stick close to feeders. There's no incentive for them to really stick together. Also, generally dinosaurs need to be much more active. Currently they feel very cumbersome and sluggish, as if they all have low metabolism. This is extremely prevalent with the ornithomimids. You would expect them to flock together and run around like ostriches in the wild, but they are very static. One final fix I can recommend for this mode is the issue of biomes. Right now, dinosaurs are one-dimensionally focused around their comfort meter. This is based on their proximity to water supplies and grasslands and forest terrains. It would be great if after a while, dinosaurs establish themselves into niches to fit their lifestyle. For example, the sauropods will migrate towards more of the higher trees, the hadrosaurs will stick around the marshlands and open plains, the raptors develop a territory in the dense rainforest, while the Spinosaurus finds its place among the coastal areas and rivers. Having a mechanic that allows the dinosaurs to eventually establish themselves in certain biomes and ecological niches creates a naturalistic feel that lets the audience appreciate organic biology at work. The mode in question does not have to be a copy-paste of Operation Genesis' original Site B mode. In fact, it can even have more mechanics such as a money and guest system that could actually improve the challenge aspect. It would be nice to toggle these things on and off before starting the island, so that players that just want a calm and relaxing experience seeing dinosaurs thriving in the wild can do so. In McFearless's Reddit post, he suggests that tourism is still a viable option, and it would make sense. Theoretically, it would be hard to keep anyone off these remote islands full of living and breathing dinosaurs. So why not allow low footprint tourism or scientific expeditions to generate some extra income? The income can be used to fund airlifting of more and more rare and exotic species. For instance, wealthy tourists can do helicopter or small aircraft viewing tours from offshore, circling the island. They would pay more money depending on the variety and population size of your dinosaurs. Secondly, you could allow scientific expeditions such as paleontological study groups or documentary film crews. These would generally be low footprint by nature and improve the popularity of the sanctuary. You would then be able to unlock more and more dinosaurs as the public get on board with your conservation programs. These ideas can definitely boost the metagame of the sanctuary mode and increase replayability and make it more worthwhile and immersive. That wraps up this video. As always, I'm interested on your thoughts about the lore and origin of this mysterious sanctuary island, and about its possible implementation as a Site B-like mode for Jurassic World Evolution. If you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more. I'll be doing a lot more of these speculation videos in the future as we look at more possible DLC content for this game. I'd like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. If you enjoy my content and wish to support me further, check out my Patreon link in the description.